ready.
All right. Going live now. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Inappropriate Movie Database. I'm your host, Nick Martucci. This is the comedy movie trivia game show where we try to figure out what movie weirdos on the internet are trying to warn you not to let your children see. Hopefully you found this stream. I had some mishap earlier on. So if you're watching this, no, I didn't. Joining me tonight, this is going to be a real fun episode. I have 3 returning contestants for the first time. Each of them ended their last episodes in the negatives. And this time we'll see if any of them can get 1 point. It's going to be a lot of fun. Joining me tonight, returning from last week, Tyler Durniak.
It's great. It's great to be here.
And also joining me again, we have Laura Clark and Josh Porier.
Hey.
Hi, friends. Welcome back.
Negative.
Club Negative.
Club Negative.
Yeah.
How is everyone feeling about this?
Pretty positive.
I could be better.
I'm feeling like I need to use a little strategy. Feel out my opponents, get a sense of if I've heard of any of these movies, and then either like do my best or shoot the moon, which I don't know if anyone plays the card game Hearts.
Yep.
But the maximum number of points you can get is 26, and you want to get as few points as possible, unless you get all 26 points, and then you get 0 points, and that's the best you can do.
Just call me the Queen of Spades.
Ooh! Well, just call me the entire suit of hearts.
Yeah, you can call me the 4 of clubs.
So
I see that.
You're not important to the game at all.
Yeah, just a real, a real lunch pail kind of playing card.
It's a great card to get because it can't get you any points.
Anyway, if this is your first time watching the show, keep this going in the background, mute it, watch it later, but I want the stream numbers, but watch a different episode first. The contestants know how to play the game, just in case you're joining and haven't paused this yet. Rules are simple. I've gone to IMDb, the Internet Movie Database. Every movie there has a parental guide contributed to by weirdos on the internet trying to tell you, hey, this might be dirty. Hey, this is something to watch out for. I've pulled some of the weirder ones. We're going to go through movies. Every movie, I have 5 clues. The quicker you get it, the more points you get. You can keep guessing, keep losing points if you want. But it's going to be pretty easy to pick up once you watch it done by the masters, I think. So, if everyone's ready to go, let's get this started. Josh, I'm going to go to you first.
Yep.
Would you like a movie?
What's a movie?
From 1985, 2007, or 2017?
Let's go with 85.
85.
85, yeah. 85.
85. All right. 1985. This movie, for 5 points, under the warning, Josh, I see your hand up already, and I'm begging you not to do that. This movie, 5 points, under the heading of violence and gore, some rough play during a basketball game. And the hands are going up. All right, Josh, what do you think?
Teen Wolf.
Tyler, what do you think?
Teen Wolf.
What an amazing start to the game. We have 5 points to Tyler, 5 points to Josh. The movie is Teen Wolf.
Excuse me, my hand is clearly up.
Your hand was up after they guessed.
Yeah, Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf.
I wish I was kidding, but no. This game has started off with the first 5-point wins, I think, since episode 2.
It's redemption. Redemption.
This is the redemption arc I hoped for.
Yeah, I hope this entire game
or maybe
is just like
it's someone's origin story.
Oh my god. Teen Wolf, 1985. For fun, I guess, here's other things I pulled for Teen Wolf. Under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, a character uses his sense of smell to locate a stash of marijuana.
Oh, yeah, that's Teen Wolf.
That makes sense.
Sex and nudity. At the end of the film, before the credits roll, a man is standing behind the main characters and his penis is exposed because his trousers are undone, which he quickly covers with his jumper. You would have to be looking for it to spot it, though.
Wow.
That's one of my favorite trivia items about any movie, just some extra in the bleachers of the basketball game just has his dick out.
Wait,
We
the bleach-
confirm that this scene happens, though.
I have seen this scene
Okay.
many times.
I call that man Dad.
Also, under frightening and intense scenes, a character's eyes turn red and he talks in a scary voice briefly. And frightening and intense scenes, a character turns into a werewolf several times throughout, which may scare younger viewers.
There's going to be frightening and intense scenes. An extra pulls his pants down.
So yeah, amazing start. Tyler with 5 points, Josh with 5 points, Laura is where they want to be.
That was Jack Nicholson's Wolf. Right?
Laura, I'm going to go to you next.
Yeah.
Would you like a movie from 1990, 2008, or 2012?
Sorry, I know it's not that deep. I can't. I just can't do anything from 2008 because it was such a time of hope, and that's all. It's all spoiled. Oh, you know what? 1990. Let's do 1990. I had
1990.
plenty of time to.
It was
see
also a
these.
time of hope. We're in the middle of the HW administration, which was just a great time.
I was 15, had my first girlfriend ever.
I wasn't born, so I was super happy.
Somebody entered the world in 1990.
Aw.
Me and this movie. This movie from 1990, for 5 points under violence and gore. A goblin is thrown down a flight of stairs. Another goblin attacks, and that is also thrown down the stairs.
One second.
No, we got a hand up. Josh, what do you think?
Troll.
Troll? It's not Troll.
Troll 2.
Laura, what do you think?
Bed knobs and broomsticks.
It
Yeah.
is not Bed Knobs and
Angela
Broomsticks.
Lansbury classic.
Did you check though?
Tyler, what do you think?
Is it Robin Hood Men in Tights?
It is not Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Oh, wait. Let's
All right, for 4 points under sex and nudity. One minor comic sex scene involving two characters eating corn on the cob out of each other's mouth, and popcorn starts popping by magic. All right, Laura, what do you think?
Gremlins, the original.
Gremlins. Josh, what do you think?
Gremlins 2, the new batch.
It's not Gremlins, and
Class,
it's not
new
Gremlins
class.
2.
Right or no? New
No. The new batch. It is
Batch.
called the new batch. It is not the new batch.
Oh,
That's Saved by the Bell.
that's the new class.
Yeah, that's the one with the goblins thrown down the stairs, saved by the bell, right?
All
Hey,
right.
I will not have you talk about Jesse like that.
For 3 points under violence and gore, a boy, after talking to the ghost of his grandpa, climbs on a table and pees on the food. The father takes him to his room, slams him on the bed, and tells him that they will now starve because of what he did. The father then tells the boy he will now have to suffer through hunger pains.
What is this movie?
What is this movie?
It sounds like The Sandlot, but I'm pretty sure it's not The Sandlot.
Josh, what do you think?
Mighty Ducks 2.
It is not Mighty Ducks 2. For 2 points under violence and gore, a boy walks into his kitchen looking for his mom and finds her eviscerated torso on the table with goblins around it, eating green slime and ooze from within. This is a fairly graphic scene, but shorter than the previous goblin eating scene in the church. Josh, what do you think?
Troll 2.
Troll 2. Tyler, what do you think?
It's a movie that's just called Goblins with a Z.
It is not a movie just called Goblins with a Z. It is Troll 2, though.
I had a feeling it was.
Uh-huh. I was so sad, Josh. You almost got 5 points in the row.
There's actually a great documentary about this movie, too.
Best worst movie. It's so
Best worst
fun.
movie. It's fantastic.
What's the premise? I've never heard of this movie.
The premise
it's
is
insane.
Trolls 2, a family moves into Nilbog and are attacked by goblins.
Okay, I probably could have put that together.
Nilbog is goblin backwards.
Yes. It's Goblins spelled backwards.
Uh-huh.
Damn!
Yep.
That's good.
It is a movie about goblins. Trolls 2.
Oh, I still ended up with negative points on that round. That's kind of crazy.
You did, but only -1. So you're still sitting at 4 points. Tyler, you're down to 3. Laura, you're at -2.
I can go lower.
For some reason, I felt like we had already gotten through more than 2 questions. I was like, why am I still positive?
Weird. It's like he's flipping you off and we're blurring.
Yeah, it's blurring it out.
Okay.
Rude.
Tyler,
Sir,
would you like a movie
sure.
from 1951,
Ooh.
2007, or 2008?
Let's go 1951.
1951.
The original era of hope.
Troll 1.
That's what presidential candidate Dewey ran on, I'm pretty sure.
The original hope. Vote Dewey.
Trolls lowercase I, lowercase I.
All right. 1951 for 5 points under alcohol, drugs, and smoking. Various drug references.
Oh, I got things to spare.
Yeah, why not? Josh, what do you think?
Reefer Madness.
It is not Reefer Madness.
All right.
Yeah, that was in the 30s.
I'll take my ball and go home, Tyler.
On, Laura has their hand up. Laura, what do you think?
I think I put my hand up by mistake, Nick.
All right. Laura
Weird
has
name
their
for a
hand
movie.
down. We're going to the 4-point clue under frightening and intense scenes. A girl breaks down and cries twice. When she cries in the woods, it may make some kids sad.
Well,
All right. Oh, wait, Laura, what do you think?
Rebel Without a Cause?
It is not Rebel Without a Cause.
That was a genuine effort. I want
know,
noted.
and I really wish that it was. All right, for 3 points under frightening and intense scenes, a character hypnotizes and then mercilessly eats baby oysters who wear bonnets.
Oh, okay.
Laura's up again. Josh is up. Josh, what do you think?
Alice in Wonderland.
Alice in Wonderland. Laura, what do you think?
Alice in Wonderland.
Tyler, you were a little late on that one. It is Alice in Wonderland.
Actually, most of those are math references. That's the weird thing.
I'm sorry, can you read that one again and describe how they manipulate the oysters wearing bonnets?
A character hypnotizes and then mercilessly eats baby oysters who wear bonnets.
That's why I don't like eating oysters, because I don't like the hypnotized part.
I just don't remember there being woods in Alice in Wonderland. Like, she never goes into the woods. That doesn't happen.
Everything I eat mercilessly.
You shouldn't give mercy to something you're actively eating.
No.
So yeah, also in Alice in Wonderland, violence and gore, the Queen says off with his/her head several times, but we never see this act take place. In Alcohol, Drugs, and Smoking,
that actually sounds like they're begging to see that take place. That doesn't sound like they don't want it to happen.
What a ripoff.
The caterpillar is smoking a hookah, and the dodo bird carries a cigarette.
Beware the Jabberwock, my son. The claws that catch. Oh, I forget the whole thing. The jaws that snatch, the claws that catch. Yeah, or something like that.
So yeah,
drug references throughout, though.
There's a couple. If you look closely, you'll notice that there's some sneaky little drug things thrown in there.
Okay.
Nice.
Jefferson Airplane put out like a whole theory video about it.
Not just a song?
No, a whole video. I've seen the video. It's like 3 minutes long. They talk about one pill making you larger and one making you small. It's
well, yeah. But like in terms of I guess, and then there's the mushroom and the thing, but like that's not what Lewis Carroll meant, is it?
No, he was talking about math, actually, I think.
I've never asked.
But
Lewis Carroll himself.
See, Jefferson Airplane did that, but Jefferson Starship built this city on rock and roll.
Didn't a different band build the city?
No, they built this city.
They built the city on rock and roll.
We built this city.
We built the city. I'm just going to let that sit because nobody's going to understand what the fuck I'm talking about.
I mean, I know they were Jefferson Airplane and then they were Jefferson Starship, right?
And then they were just Starship.
And Jefferson Starship did We Built This City?
On rock and roll.
And did they change it because they had like a change in the lineup or like to be more modern?
I think they did it to be more modern.
Anyway, that was
sorry
to Wonderland.
And I want to derail everything.
Yeah, I want to go back for a second because I forgot to read the final clue of Troll 2, and I really like this one.
Okay.
Frightening and intense scenes. There are some scenes that can be gross and creepy, but most of the movie is just laughably terrible, badly acted, terribly written, and with bad special effects. But no matter how horrendous the movie is, it's also really entertaining to watch and laugh at.
Oh.
So Jurassic Park.
So yeah, Josh, you're up to 6. Tyler, you're at 3. Laura, you're up to 0.
Oh.
Back out of the negatives.
We're going to make this the highest scoring combined game.
All right. I already have my all-time high score. I don't know if I want to push my luck.
I think we all quit. We all quit where we are.
Josh, would you like a movie from 1959, 1965, or 1988?
Let's go with 88.
88. All right, 1988 for 5 points. Under Alcohol, Drugs, and Smoking, people drink alcohol at a party, and there are 1 or 2 who are clearly drunk.
Wait, what year was this again?
1988. All right. Wait, no, Tyler, you have your hand up.
Is this Back to the Future?
It is not Back to the Future. Josh, what do you think?
Back to the Future 2.
It's not Back to the Future 2 either. I know what you want to guess, Laura. Do you want to guess it?
I wouldn't be a good sport if I didn't guess Back to the Future 3.
Yeah, it's not Back to the Future 3.
Oh,
Wait.
But I wanted you. What?
Is it
the guess?
Is it Back to the Future, but the ride at Universal?
It is Back to the Future, but the ride at Universal.
Yes, I know it.
It's the animated series that follows Doc's grandkids. Your two favorite characters of Back to the Future.
Bebop and Rocksteady.
All right, for 4 points under violence and gore, one bad guy is shot in the head by a cop, and blood is shown. All right, for 3 points, under frightening and intense scenes, very thrilling. Several shootouts, fistfights, and explosions, most with the degree of blood and intensity.
'88.
Okay, wait, no, Josh has his hand up. Josh, what do you think?
Suburban Commando.
It is not Suburban Commando.
Oh.
That is a very thrilling movie, though. Oh, Tyler, what do you think?
Is it Lethal Weapon?
It's not Lethal Weapon. Okay, 2 points, violence and gore. The protagonist's feet get cut by glass that he steps on after many windows are shot out in a gunfight. Everybody's got their hands up. Laura, what do you think?
Oh, it's Die Hard, and I knew that like 2 clues ago.
Josh, what do you think?
Nakatomi Plaza, Die Hard.
Tyler?
It's D-Herd.
It is D-Herd.
With Reginald Vell Johnson.
The second best copy ever played. All right, well...
I literally was like, I'm writing it down. I'm like, bad guy shot in head by cop. And I'm like, well, then he was probably the good guy. And then I was like, wait a minute. There is one good cop in the movies, and it's Die Hard. And then
I mean, I disagree.
Yeah, no, he kills a kid too, right? That's his like whole story.
No, that's Reginald Vell Johnson kills a kid. And what makes it a fantasy is that he feels bad about it and doesn't want to hold a gun anymore.
Oh, Reginald Vell Johnson doesn't kill the bad guy? I thought that was his redemption.
He shoots somebody at the end. That's his redemption, is that he's able to kill again.
He's able to kill again.
The sad thing is the kid he killed was Urkel.
Oh. Wait, was he?
Like the actor? Yeah, same actor.
Yeah, in real life, Reginald Vell Johnson did shoot and kill Jaleel White. Where are they now? I saw it on VH1.
Oh, I've read it.
Jaleel White is a cannabis mogul, in fact. So.
I did see that.
And the original voice of Sonic the Hedgehog.
The Urkel look looks real hot in 2021.
With
the way that the points and the negatives shook out on that, Laura, you're the only one that got points in that round. Well, Josh, you stay at 6. Tyler, you stay at 3. Laura, you're up to 1 point.
Wait, why?
Because you only guessed wrong once. The other two guessed wrong twice.
And you only guessed wrong because you felt compelled to.
Yeah.
I gotta step my game up. Okay.
Do not succumb to peer pressure. Before I move on, profanity, 34 uses of shit, 3 paired with bull, 2 uses of shithead, 14 uses of asshole, 14 uses of ass, 13 uses of goddamn, 3 uses of dickhead, 1 use of bastard, 3 uses of Christ, 2 uses of jerk off, 1 use of butt fucked, 56 uses of fuck, along with 2 uses of yippee-ki-yay motherfucker.
I love how that's separate from the other fucks.
Also, 1 reference to going out to the East Coast and having some laughs.
There might be two references. At one point, she must say it, right?
Oh yeah, it's true. You can't like mimic someone saying, "Hey, come out to-" That's how the movie starts. The guy's like, "Hey, come up to the East Coast."
She says it like that. It's actually a really accurate impression.
Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon.
All right. Laura,
I want to see that story. I want to see the story of Mr. Falcon.
would you like a movie from 1975, 1999, or 2014?
Let's do 2014.
2014.
Yeah, stay away from 75. That was the year that I was born. Bad year all around.
All right.
Let that sit.
2014 for 5 points.
The year I was born. Yeah.
You look terrible for your age.
I smoke a lot of cigarettes.
You are a rough 7.
Yeah.
People are very
Hard
uncomfortable when you take the bus to school.
The honest thing is, I'm still a rougher looking 45.
2014 for 5 points under sex and nudity. There is not hint of or at genitalia, but there are some sexual references, though not explicitly stated.
I don't even understand what that means.
There's no hint of or at genitalia. Tyler has his hand up. Tyler, what do you think?
All right. Hear me out.
Okay.
Oh boy.
It's Transformers 4.
Josh, what do you think?
I was gonna go with Transformers 4, but he took it. So I'm gonna go with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Turbo.
It's not Transformers 4. It's not Power Rangers Turbo either.
Oh, whoa. Shit, what kind of game are we on then?
I know, I'm sorry. Oh, Laura, what do you think?
Is it Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 1?
It is not Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 1.
Absolutely, Jeff.
There is definitely hint of genitalia in that movie.
You're gonna kick yourself when it's Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 2.
You're telling me the baby came out of nowhere?
There's no hint. The
There's
baby
no
came out
hint
of a
of
computer
or
and
at.
everyone knows it.
This movie, for 4 points under profanity, stereotypical, though unoffensive references to wizards, heroes, big business CEOs, big oil, women, men, followers, the police, cats, Mexicans, the Scottish, TV personalities, micromanagers, and controlling fathers. So it's a pretty profane movie.
Shit.
Josh has his hand up. Laura, I think, is trying. Right. Laura, what do you think?
Lego Movie.
Lego Movie? Josh, what do you think?
Lego Movie.
Lego Movie. It is the Lego Movie. Oh, Tyler, what do you think?
Is it Transformers 3?
I think the first Transformers is the one that has the balls swinging, right?
Yeah.
No, that's definitely a later Transformers.
Oh, that's 2.
That's 2.
Yeah.
I know my ball swinging movies.
So that's a hint at or of genitalia.
Yeah. That's why I didn't guess 2.
Oh, fun. Yeah. How would there be?
Uh-huh. So yeah, a real profane movie. Josh, you've moved up to 9 points. Laura, you're at 4. Tyler, you're down to 2. Also in the Lego Movie, under violence and gore, several fights between characters, including punching and flipping. This is also non-violent and meant to have a cartoon feel. Frightening and intense scenes, part of a character's face is erased using nail polish remover. after his parents are frozen in place with crazy glue.
Oh, Hellraiser 2 Hellbound.
And violence and gore, note, this is a brick film, so there is no blood and little to no gore.
Part of the brick film genre.
It is a brick film. All right, Tyler.
Yes.
Would you like a movie from 1940, 1990, or 2003?
Let's do 1940.
1940. Getting some of these older ones out. Okay. 1940 for 5 points. Under profanity, there's not a lot of dialogue to begin with. There is no profanity. Okay, Josh, what do you think?
Oh shit. Citizen Kane.
Citizen Kane. Tyler, what do you think?
Fantasia.
Fantasia. It is not Citizen Kane. A lot of dialogue in that movie.
I haven't seen it.
There is very little dialogue and no profanity in Fantasia, though. Tyler, that's your second 5-pointer.
Holy shit.
Yes.
Wow.
Amazing. I didn't expect this game to go this way. You three are really fucking me up. This is supposed to be a fun show.
Redemption. Redemption.
Yeah. In between the last show and now, I've watched every movie.
Josh, you've
by
fallen
the way,
to 8 points.
The reason why I couldn't answer was I was amazed. I was amazed by the wind blowing your hair.
Oh, is it that noticeable? It is hot in this room. I got this little tiny fan here.
I was distracted by it.
As long as you can't hear it, that's my big. Anyway, Josh, 8 points. Tyler up to 7. Laura staying at 4. We can talk about a couple of other things in Fantasia. Frightening and intense scenes. The appearance of the Tyrannosaurus Rex may frighten some children. Sex and nudity. In one sequence, cupids fly around in the nude, buttocks exposed without genitalia. There is a gag toward the end of the movement in which a cupid's rear end forms a heart. One sequence can be frightening for younger children, particularly the appearance of the giant demon who looms over smaller demons, devils, ghosts, and ghouls. And one scene features a character axing a living broomstick to splinters, all in shadow, but the imagery is menacing and the broom looks like it's struggling to flee. The broom bits resurrect into an army of brooms. It's a really intense movie.
It is.
It really
That's
is.
so funny that it's so intense because it's the most boring thing I've ever seen. That's wild.
That movie was composed by Leopold.
Like the idea of like the Hall of the Mountain King or whatever, like scaring children. It's like, did they stay awake to that point in Fantasia? I'm not worried about it.
Okay, Josh, I'm going to go back to you. Would you like a movie from 1984, 1989, or 2004?
Let's go with 84.
84. All right, 1984 for 5 points under alcohol, drugs, and smoking. A man is seen drunk. He considers driving home despite being intoxicated. He gets talked out of it, though. Josh, what do you think?
Back to the Future.
It's not Back to the Future.
Oh.
All right, for 4 points under violence and gore, a man is shot in the arm with a mini crossbow. Laura, what do you think?
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
It's not Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Ah, can't say I didn't guess.
I would never. Okay, for 3 points under violence and gore, a couple is attacked in their home by a bulldozer. They survive.
Oh,
Josh, what do you think?
Gremlins.
Laura, what do you think?
Christine?
It's not Christine. It is Gremlins.
Yeah.
What? I got some credit for having guessed Gremlins previously. A lot of different movies that was not Gremlins.
It should have been in your head. You just needed to hold off a little bit.
My mother terrified me after seeing Gremlins, where we walked back into the house, and I was 9 years old. We walked back into the house, and she went to turn on the light, and she was like, "Oh my God, the light won't turn on. It must be Gremlins." And I was holding onto her, screaming my goddamn lungs out. A friend of mine stuck his head in the toilet because he was trying to just avoid.
Okay, so this is still the same story. You didn't want to just move to a second one?
That was the same story.
All right.
Because we had like a curtained off toilet in the back, and he actually just went into the curtain toilet and just stuck his head in the toilet to avoid the Gremlins.
Okay, also in Gremlins, speaking of parents scaring their shit out of children, there's an infamous scene where a girl tells the story on how she witnessed her father's corpse being pulled out of a chimney while he was in a Santa outfit, causing her to realize there is no Santa.
I always forget about that.
It's the best part of that movie.
That besides that, and the Mogwais turning into.
And then, other than a couple of suspenseful scenes, the movie isn't too scary, as it's mostly mischievous creatures being mischievous.
Stripe was scary as a motherfucker.
Josh, you're up to 10 points. Tyler, you're at 7. Laura, you've dropped to 2. But
We're sorry, Nick.
No, this is amazing. This is pretty fun. Laura, I'm gonna go to you. Would you like a movie from 1975, 1995, or 2016?
Well, I can't do 2016 because that year Hope really took a nosedive, and so I can't choose a movie from that year. Let's do 75.
75. All right, 1975 for 5 points under sex and nudity. Several people are seen wearing revealing clothing throughout the film. Josh has his hand up. Josh, what do you think?
Jaws.
It's not Jaws.
Oh! That would be Jaws. Sure, it was Jaws.
It is true. There are several people wearing revealing clothing in that movie.
I'm positive it was Jaws.
For 4 points under sex and nudity, statues of completely nude people are seen around the castle. Not graphic, they resemble mythology statues. Tyler, what do you think?
Is it Clash of the Titans?
It is not Clash of the Titans.
That was 83.
Oh, now you know years.
Only Clash of the Titans. That's the only one I know.
Wasn't that 2015?
The new
That's
one.
the remake.
Okay, for 3 points under violence and gore, a man's gory remains are shown, but they are very fake looking.
Oh, wait. Okay.
Okay, Josh.
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
It is Rocky Horror Picture Show. Happy Pride, everybody.
Hey.
There's not a lot of scantily clad people in that movie.
Not as many as in Jaws.
Yeah.
I don't remember the statues at all.
Why? Was there something more interesting to look at?
Yeah, imagine that movie and you're like, there's some naked statues around. You
Well,
might
then
wanna
never
watch out
mind.
for
I
that.
will not show it to my kindergartner.
If you look behind everyone dancing and singing in lingerie, you'll see some naked statues. And that's not okay.
Also, under profanity, the word "damn it" is used repeatedly in a song lyric. It is
which
said
one?
once more outside of the song.
Which song?
The Time Warp. It's a Time Warp.
Time Warp.
The titular Rocky Horror Picture Show. And under frightening and intense scenes, the film is a spoof and homage of the sci-fi and horror genre from the 1950s and 60s. So there are some mildly frightening scenes, generally during the creation scene. But overall, the film has a comedic tone throughout.
Really?
Sure.
It was a comedy?
It is a really funny movie.
Yeah, it
You
is.
can get it if you're watching it where people aren't fucking yelling the whole time.
Mm.
I thought it was a documentary.
True crime. The death of Meatloaf.
We never
Oh, it's
figured
really
out
sad.
what happened to Eddie.
Oh,
Also, one of the worst jokes of all time. We're having meatloaf for dinner.
oh.
If it's such a bad joke, why has everyone who has ever had meatloaf over said that?
Touche. Touche.
All right.
Do anything
Josh?
for jokes.
Josh, you are up to 12 points. Tyler, you're at 6. Laura, you're at 2.
Okay.
But that can change because people have been fucking getting the 5-point clues this game.
That's one way it could change.
That's all on you, Nick. That's all on you.
All right, Tyler,
Sir.
would you like a movie from 1991, 2004, or 2006?
2006.
2006.
When Hope died.
All right, 2006 for 5 points. Under violence and gore, a mild amount of violence. One fist fight shows a cut with a small amount of blood. Tyler, what do you think?
Is it Norbit?
Norbit? Josh, what do you think?
It's the 20-year anniversary of They Live.
It's not Norbit.
Ah,
It's not the 20th anniversary of They Live. Can you be more specific?
20th anniversary Criterion Collection edition. of
There
They
it
Live.
is.
All right, good.
Okay, for 4 points. Oh, wait, no. Laura. Yeah.
I just
Miranda?
remembered that this is the Outcast movie ATL.
Is that the
Remember-
Outcast movie?
Not very much blood. What?
Is that the Outcast movie? I know.
No, you know
Wild
what?
Wild.
It's not, but they have an album that is called ATL.
Uh-huh.
So it's
That's-
the
that's where they're-
documentary, the making of ATL.
You're thinking of Wild Wild.
That is what. No, I'm thinking of ATL.
All right.
But you're
well,
right. Yes, I would like to change my answer to Idlewild.
That is a smart thing to do. Because that's the movie. It's not the answer, but that is the movie.
Look,
now.
what, it only makes sense that if it's called ATL, it has to all be referring to the same thing.
yeah, it's definitely not like the.
You're thinking of a
abbreviation
different
very
rapper. There
large
was one
American
little
city.
fight in this movie.
See, the funny thing that I just did was I meant to say hey yeah, but I said hey now, so I completely messed up everything that had to do with Outcast.
That was the Weird Al Ed McMahon parody. No, not Ed McMahon.
Ed
Jeffrey
McMahon.
Tambor.
Mhm.
In
I mean, it's
Sanders.
also a great song by The Regrets.
So just to be clear, it's neither ATL nor Idlewild.
It is. I cannot confirm or deny if Outcast is in this movie, but it is neither of those movies.
All right.
Let's get back to the movie for 4 points under sex and nudity. No nudity, but a monkey does urinate in a short scene. We have 3 hands up. Laura, what do you think?
This is the Matt LeBlanc vehicle Ed, in which he is a baseball player whose career is a little bit on the skids. So he has to work with this monkey named Ed. But the monkey does end up peeing for a short amount of time.
Ed or Matt LeBlanc?
Both.
Oh, it's both. It's one of those fun scenes with, like, they're at the urinal and then Matt LeBlanc tries to look at the monkey's dick.
Josh and Tyler, you're going to say Ed too, right? Josh, what do you think?
I was actually going to say the Matthew Broderick classic Project X, which talks about experimenting on monkeys for governmental procedures. And no, it's not that.
Tyler? Do you have another 90s movie you want to throw in here?
So I was going to guess Osmosis Jones. but I believe after Laura went deep, did the deep dive on Ed.
What do you know about Osmosis Jones?
There's a monkey in it. And the monkey gives Bill Murray an unspecified flu-like illness. That was the whole premise. I
want to say that's the only movie from the 2000s mentioned. Anyway, 2004, this movie.
Wait, so Laura was wrong?
I was so convinced she was right.
I just assumed that was the right answer.
No, it is not any of those movies.
Like, does that movie exist?
Yes, it exists.
Okay.
That was.
I wanted to make sure that Laura wasn't like.
That was like 2 years into Friends, where Matt LeBlanc tried to be a movie star. It was that.
But that's a real premise. But that scene where they're at the urinal, like, that's just pure LC, baby.
Nice.
All right, let's go back. This movie, 2004. Let's reset. Under profanity for 3 points. One use of tit, which would have been shit if the main character did not get shot in the mouth by a small splinter. One use of hell. One use of kick-ass. Name calling such as Weirdy, Lunchbox, Snack Shack, Hopscotch, Dum Dum, Crackerjack, Blondie, Butterscotch, Fathead, Gigantor, Freak, Teeny, Baby, Hot Dog, Old Man, Cupcake, Hot Shot. 2 exclamations, dang, geez, Bobbycock, bully, and 1 religious exclamation. I feel like there's enough clues in here. Laura, what do you think?
Zoolander.
Zoolander.
Josh?
I'll just say, I honestly have no clue. I'm going to go with, I'm not going to copy. I'll go with Zoolander 2.
Zoolander 2. Tyler?
Is it Night at the Museum?
It is neither Zoolander movie. It is Night at the Museum, though.
Oh. As soon as you said Dum Dum, I knew.
Really? That's the
one? That's the Moe head statue. Asks Ben Stiller, calls him a dum-dum and asks him to give him a stick of gum.
Okay. I think Josh and I should get partial credit for guessing Ben Stiller movies.
Yeah.
Because you started listing those names, and I was like, that sounds like something Ben Stiller would say.
Yeah, I thought when you started listing those names, I was like, that's something Ben Stiller was called. like honestly, like I don't understand why butterscotch is a profanity, but that's fine. I think it's delicious and sweet.
It's as profane as hot dog.
Well, I'm pretty sure some of those were things that, was it Owen Wilson Cowboy? That was calling
You tell
people.
us. I think you're the only one here who's seen this movie.
Well, I'm pretty sure it was Owen Wilson as a cowboy.
It was.
This little teeny cowboy dude, and yelling at people.
All right. Well, maybe you can confirm these other two. Under violence and gore, a T-Rex skeleton chases a horse-drawn carriage. A remote-controlled car slips and explodes after running over a snowdrift. We are led to believe that the two men inside the car have died, and a man is thrown off the carriage and into the snow when the horses stop short. Also, under frightening and intense scenes, the whole prospect of wax humans and statues coming to life might scare younger viewers.
I love the existential horror warning there.
Are we now talking about Paris Hilton's House of Wax?
Another classic family film.
I think she was called a hot dog. Butterscotch in that movie.
That was a different Paris Hilton.
Oh, she was graphically impaled on a pipe.
Again, that's a different Paris Hilton movie.
Oh.
I hate that joke.
We hate it for you.
Oh, I just realized it. It's not.
Anyway. That's all it deserved, really.
Like a joke cluster bomb. That was weird.
See how it got to me last?
Anyway, Josh, you're at 9 points. Tyler, you've moved up to 7 points. Laura, you're at -1.
Hey.
Keep the streak alive!
I gotta guess everything wrong.
We're at the last 3 movies, though.
Oh.
So there's up to 15 points up for grabs here. Josh,
Or up to -3.
Or I could be down
up to
-6.
-15.
I could be down to -6.
You only gave me a -1 when I got the 5-point wrong.
Yeah, but you can get 5 wrong.
But there's only 3 moves.
You can get 5
every
clues
wrong
per
guess.
movie wrong. Every wrong guess gets you a -point.
Okay. I see where I'm going wrong.
Anyway, welcome to Inappropriate Movie Database. I think I should explain these rules further. You get -1 every time you guess a movie wrong.
Hey, Nick, just so you know, we weren't the best contestants our first go around either. So you wonder why we got negative scores now. We didn't understand the game, Nick. We didn't understand
That's
the game.
what it is. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like I did what I could with what I was given.
All right, Josh.
Come on, Trebek.
Josh, I'm going to go up to you. Would you like a movie from 2001, 2003, or 2019?
Let's go with 2001. Space Odyssey.
2001. Which is a movie I said and then lost. There it is. Okay, 2001. Under violence and gore for 5 points, a woman is tossed out from the door of a building. She is not injured.
She is what?
Not injured. Okay, Josh.
2001: A Space Odyssey.
It's the remake, like when they made 1984 in 1984.
Yeah. It was the remake where they made it into a romantic comedy. where Hal was played by Tom Hanks, and Dave was played by Meg Ryan. It was a classic film.
Nice.
and Dave Chappelle was the weird baby floating in space.
I'm a baby.
That's so Chappelle.
Remember, he's in You've Got Mail. He's Tom Hanks's best friend.
That's right. If I'd seen You've Got Mail,
Baby in 2001: A Space Odyssey.
There's no baby in space.
Yeah, this is Space Baby.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't seen it. I'm getting mad at you for spoiling it.
It's like the cover of the movie, right?
Yeah. It's not.
Or
it's
am I
not really,
thinking of 2010, the year
You're
we
thinking
made
of 2010.
Contact?
You're thinking of 2010.
I'm thinking of Moon, starring Sam Rockwell.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's my guess.
Yeah, Moon.
Is it Moon, starring Sam Rockwell?
Why do you make me give you a negative point? I had such high hopes halfway through this game.
And now I have high hopes. So, you know.
You're like the guy from the other Tom Hanks movie.
Wilson?
Which one?
I wanted to see what jokes came before I said you're the captain now.
Yeah.
I
Oh!
set you up and y'all yelled at me.
I like
Anyway,
Wilson.
I thought you were talking about the
2001.
terminal.
For 4 points under violence and gore, the movie focuses on an assassination plot.
Oh, wait a second.
You got 2 hands. We got 3 hands up. Josh, what do you think?
Titanic.
Titanic. Laura?
Yeah, say Zoolander again.
Zoolander. Tyler?
Is this Hitman?
Hitman. It's not Hitman. And Josh, Titanic came out in 1997. Why don't you know movie years?
Because I never saw Titanic.
Oh. Laura, it's Zoolander.
That makes a lot
Viola
of
should
sense.
get points for having guessed it a couple rounds ago.
You did it this time. You named the movie you already named.
I'm going to say Gremlins 2, the new batch.
Also in this movie, under sex and nudity, a man's last name is Ballstein. Under violence and gore, a man's friends die from an explosion at a petrol station off screen. All we see is a Starbucks cup move towards the camera.
That's definitely a British.
And sex and nudity, a man is seen modeling shirtless in several scenes.
That's such sex and nudity.
I thought it was a 90s movie.
Yeah, so did
Also,
I.
No,
a
it is a
man
movie. He
has
blames
a threesome with his real life wife and his co-star
On-screen
in every
wife.
movie.
Yeah.
Ben
Still
Stiller.
real life.
Ben Stiller blames the failure on Zoolander on the other thing that happened in 2001. Because it came out like 2 or 3 weeks later.
Oh, Jay-Z's album release.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
Jay-Z's album release really blew up New York that year.
Mm.
Oh,
Mm.
oh.
I'm glad you all felt the way I stopped myself from feeling before I said it. That puts most people on equal footing. Josh, you're at 7. Tyler, you're at 6. Laura, you're at 2. This is anybody's game.
How do I get rid of this emoji? I can't get rid of this emoji now.
It's there forever.
I'm just changing emojis.
There, it's gone. You survived.
All right. Laura, would you like a movie from 1984, 1998, or 2003?
2003.
2003. For 5 points under violence and gore. A brief fight occurs at a party between 2 men. For 4 points under profanity. Okay, Tyler, what do you think? No? Put your hand down.
Okay.
Okay. 4 points, profanity. A woman is called a tramp and a manipulative bitch. The line was redubbed to manipulative witch for the trailer and TV edit. And she calls her mom a stupid bitch. Tyler's your hand up this time.
Yes.
What do you think the movie is?
Is it Freaky Friday?
It's not Freaky Friday.
All of a sudden, it's got serious.
Laura?
I know this because I saw a lot of movies in 2003 in the theater, so I know that this one, where she calls her mom a bitch, is
Wasn't
School
it
of Rock,
2004?
starring Jack Black.
What was the movie?
School of Rock.
School of Rock. Josh.
Herbie the Love Bug.
It's not Herbie the Love Bug. It's not School of Rock.
What?
Oh, come on.
Is it
If you
Herbie
say
Fully
so.
Loaded?
I was on the Lindsay Lohan train there.
That's what I thought. There's a lot of movies in 2003 where Lindsay Lohan could have been called or called her mother a bitch.
And a lot of real life where Lindsay Lohan could have been called her mother a bitch.
For 3 points under sex and nudity, lots of sexual content. More cringy than pleasing to watch.
Oh.
Tyler, you want to raise your hand? Okay, Laura. Oh, no, Tyler. Okay. What do you think, Tyler?
Oh, it's 2004. It's
2003.
2003.
Does that screw you up?
Is it Dodgeball?
Dodgeball. Laura, what do you think?
Is it Love Actually?
Love Actually. Josh, how about you?
The Room.
The Room. It's not Dodgeball. I wouldn't do another a third Ben Stiller movie in a row.
It's all Ben Stiller night.
It's all Ben Stiller. It's not Love Actually either, but that is a real... it is The Room, though. It is The Room.
Wait, it is?
It is The Room. That is not a joke. This movie is The Room.
I saw that movie with Tommy Wiseau on stage.
I stood next to Tommy Wiseau on stage.
Oh, that's right. You did. That's right.
And he said, "You're tearing me apart," to my lovely girlfriend.
Oh, nice.
Like,
I forgot about that.
She was dressed up like Lisa, so he got down on one knee and said, "You're tearing me apart."
He did this
Lisa."
unprompted.
Unprompted. Well, he
What
brought up
guy?
everybody on stage who had dressed for
Actually,
the occasion.
I was at the same show. I watched this happen.
Did you? Are you sure?
Yeah,
Wow.
that's right.
Yeah, I was on stage just standing next to Greg Sestero, being like, this is weird, right? I was like, yeah, it's pretty weird. The Room. That is the movie. Which I think, did you think this was the Notebook in the last game?
I did. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yep. That was me. That's what it was. The Notebook. The Notebook was The Room, and Giant Size Man thing.
Also in The Room, under frightening and intense scenes, an elderly woman casually mentions that she has recently been diagnosed with breast cancer.
Out of fucking nowhere.
Her daughter assures her that she'll be fine. It is never brought up again. And although the film was ostensibly meant to be dramatic, many of the more dramatic scenes are actually comedic. This is mostly because of the poor acting and confusing storyline.
He'll never grab that magic again. He wants to so badly too. He never will.
So we are on to the last movie.
Aw.
Josh, you're at 9. Tyler, you're at 4. Laura, you're at 0. This can go either way for you.
Laura, you can still make Final Jeopardy.
Tyler, I am going to ask you, would you like a movie from 1996, 2004, or 2015? Are you muted? I can't hear you.
I'll go with 2015.
2015. All right. 2015, the final movie of the night, for 5 points. Under violence and gore, a character threatens to slug another character, but she misses. Wow, 3 hands up already. Josh, what do you think?
Zack Snyder's Sucker Punch.
Tyler, how about you?
The Peanuts movie.
The Peanuts movie. Laura?
Spy, where Melissa McCarthy plays a spy.
It's not Sucker
2015.
Punch. It's not Spy. God damn it, Tyler. It is the Peanuts movie.
Yes.
What?
I think you now have the record for most 5-point clues.
What?
Yeah, because as Lucy will say to Charlie Brown, "I'm gonna slug you."
You watch the weirdest goddamn movies.
I went opening weekend to the Peanuts movie, and it was sold out, so we had to go to a later showing.
Good grief!
It's a good movie. I don't like the music in it, but it's a good movie. Pretty solid.
Before I get to the final score, also in the Peanuts movie, under violence and gore, a character drops a typewriter on another character, but she doesn't seem to be injured. Under sex and nudity, in a scene, a dog and a boy are sleeping.
What?
Yeah.
Did someone go into IMDb to suggest that Charlie Brown and Snoopy are romantically involved?
They just wanted to tell you that as far as sex and nudity in the Peanuts movie goes, there is a scene where a boy and a dog are sleeping. Josh has left. For good reason.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, it's Woodstock.
Oh,
And Snoopy.
Yeah, I got mine too.
Josh, I don't know if you heard the last clue. This is going to get us kicked off YouTube.
What is it?
Technically, this is sex and nudity.
I'll put him down. Don't worry about it.
Nothing is crazier than that, but also in the Peanuts movie, a character's World War I imagination has bullets, storms, crashes, dogfighting, and peril. And under profanity, other profanity includes blockhead, slug, and dumb.
Slug is not profanity. It's just an action.
Neither is butterscotch.
Butterscotch is absolutely profane.
So yeah, that was the Peanuts movie. Our final scores. Laura, you're at -1 point. Josh, you're at 8 points. And in the final round, Tyler has overtaken Josh at 9 points. Making Tyler the redeemed winner of Inappropriate Movie Database.
Never been more
How does that
disappointed
feel,
in myself in my
Tyler?
life.
It feels fitting that the last movie was the Peanuts movie. It feels like it was set up for me.
If it was set up for you, I would have taken it away at the final moment.
Just
No,
like
that's why it was-
seeing Charlie Brown with the football.
Yeah.
That's why it was set up for me.
That's more it. The
Oh,
only
man.
way Josh could have lost is if you got the 5-point clue and he
Yeah,
guessed wrong
guessed
on the
wrong.
5-point clue.
Yeah, I was thinking about that right.
We
as
almost
the
had a
answer.
tie.
And Zack Snyder screwed me over again.
Yeah, Zack Snyder's Peanuts
You
movie.
gave me a bad Justice League. You gave me a stupid Army of the Dead. Now you took the point away from me, Zack Snyder.
And Laura,
yes.
one of these days, I'm going to have to keep inviting you back to this game.
One of these days you will have to keep doing that.
One of these days, I'm going to have you on this game.
I want a rematch.
Great. Have you ever considered maybe I lose so that you'll feel pressured to have me redeem myself?
You mean how I made friends in middle school?
That's how I make friends now.
Well,
I
yeah,
actually
you still-
knew all of these movies.
You got you got your high score.
Did you do my high score?
So before we end for the night, if there's anything anybody wants to plug, any place anybody wants to be found, I know I asked this last time. I'm going to ask again. Josh, I'm going to start with you.
I'm trying not to be found.
I know you say that, but don't you have a thing
I
that
do
you do?
off and on. It just hasn't been performed yet. I think the next thing I'm doing is something with Rashid Towns
Oh,
putting together some kind of podcast about nerdy stuff.
oh, nice.
Should be a lot of fun. Kind of look at different things, different ways.
That sounds
like what a podcast is.
Oh, yeah. And people, will they be able to like listen to this in some way?
Yeah. Be able to listen to it some way over their headphones or through the use of a speaker, and it will be recorded somewhere on a microphone in a hard drive.
And people will just like pick this up from you on cassette or something.
Yeah, they'll pick it up from you on cassette and zip drive. We're using zip drives for this one. We're not going old school. We're going kind of semi old school with it. Pick it up wherever zip drives are found. In other words, the local garbage dump.
All right.
My wife still has a zip drive. We actually still have a zip drive.
Is
that a piece of hardware?
Yeah.
I only know it from the icon.
It's just a piece of hard drive.
It's not just a folder with a zipper right up the middle of the front cover.
Zip file.
Yeah, they used to make discs that were like this fat, and they were like fat and thick discs that held like 100 megabytes of stuff. As opposed
wait
to
till you hear this. You know the save icon?
There's this hardware device called a save.
Was the zip in drive? Did that come between the floppy disk and like USB or?
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much.
All right, if you say so.
It didn't last long. It was kind of like the
Betamax. Yeah, it's like the Laserdisc kind of thing. It sounds
like the Betamax of storage.
All right, well, look out for Josh Porier's podcast on zip drives. Laura Clark, anything you want to say?
Oh, let's see. Cops are bastards.
Yes, including John McCain and Reginald VelJohnson.
Reginald VelJohnson killed a kid. It was Urkel.
John McClane.
Yeah, the L is very important.
Although,
I'm not talking about the Bruce Willis movie.
John McCain was not a cop.
That would have been a completely different movie. I know that I think about it. John McCain and Die Hard. I would pay to see that.
Yeah.
Do you all remember when John McCain talked about his foreign policy by parodying a Beach Boys song?
Yeah.
But come on, you wouldn't want to see John McCain walking over broken glass?
Say that, and then I'm like, I don't want to go there.
Everybody's logged off at this point, so say whatever you feel.
Oh, I would like to see him be tortured as the POW he was by being made to walk over broken glass like Bruce Willis in Die Hard.
I didn't even think about that.
Tyler Durniak, anything you want to plug?
Go watch the 2015 Peanuts movie. It's really good.
Don't plug the movie that got you the win.
I will always. Come to my apartment. I have it on Blu-ray. We can watch the Peanuts movie together. I'm desperate for human contact. It's been a long pandemic.
All right,
vaccinated just for that.
What? Laura, I cut you off. Was there something else you wanted to say?
Oh, I wanted to plug The Sopranos. It's a really good show that I recently discovered. And I just think more people should know about this show.
What's that show about?
Okay, you're not gonna believe this.
Tyler, you've won $10 tonight. Send me your Venmo. I will send you the money. That's been Tyler Durniak, Josh Porier, Laura Clark.
Can I plug Gremlins to the new batch? I want to plug Gremlins to the new batch.
Gremlins to the new batch. I'm Nick Martucci. You can find me on all social media at Blundering Idiom. It's like Blundering Idiot with an M. This show is going to be back next week on YouTube, same time, 8 p.m. Eastern, with a new group of contestants. It's going to be a fun time. If you want to be a contestant, I'm booking for June. Any dates at all? I have a spreadsheet. It's going to be in the comments of this YouTube video. Fill that out. You can be on the show too. It's a lot of fun. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you next week. Like, subscribe, do whatever YouTube tells you to do. Good night. Thanks. And it's over.